Zaxby's has been perfecting chicken fingers for 30 years. So what now? Now, we go to the sea! Introducing the Southern Fried Shrimp Meal. With butterflied shrimp that's perfectly golden fried. A perfect blend of cocktail sauce and Zax sauce that we call Zax Tail Sauce. Plus perfectly seasoned crinkle fries, perfectly buttery Texas toast, and even a drink with perfectly pebbled ice. Here's to 30 more years of perfect. The new Southern Fried Shrimp Meal at Zaxby's. Woo, saucy! Zaxby's.
Joe Dredge.
The show goes on!
Mornings on WROK. Over 95 years in the books and still on top. This is Rockford's News Talk 1440 WROK.
6 minutes after 8 o'clock at News Talk 1440 WROK. Tuesday morning, Riley and Joe, clear and sunny and 67. We're headed for 90 today. Chance of precipitation, 0. Goose egg up on the board as far as rain goes today, and it'll be mostly sunny. Tomorrow, carbon copy, except maybe a little better chance for rain, but not much. 90 again on Wednesday with a 20% chance. 90 on Thursday, another 20% chance. Friday's 92 with a 10% chance. And Saturday's 93 with a 6% chance. Sunshine abundant this week.
Yeah, it sounds like we can almost like San Diego carbon copy these days and just repeat in the next all week.
And humidity this morning right now sits at 48%.
Gorgeous.
So, yeah, you can't ask for much more than that. Winds are dead calm. We don't even have a whisper of a breeze this morning. So it's just a straight 67, looking for 90, and that's pretty much the entire week, 90 or better.
Sounds great.
All right. We should probably find out what the weather is in Clearwater, Florida. That's what we're all about here. You know, our sister city.
At least every Tuesday at 8 we find out.
We find out what the weather is in Clearwater. With that news, weather correspondent Tom Liu. Tom, good morning.
Well, hey guys, good morning. Here to report the weather on Tuesday mornings.
You're in Florida. You should be hanging sideways off a stop sign or something like that with a torrential rain around you. But no,
something like that. Yeah, but you guys have it good there compared to what I'm looking at this week. Rainy here this week. Oh. So the sunny skies and the 90 degrees not happening in Florida this week. So you can bask in that. And I'm looking at it, and it's really pretty dismal this week. But came off a good weekend here. It sounds like you guys had a pretty good one there, too.
Oh, the weekend was outstanding. Yeah, you can't ask for anything more than what we got over the weekend, and especially after the entire week.
Yeah, it was a tough one, but we got it in for us here down here. So, like I said, I feel bad when the weather's good here and not there, which is, we talk about it a lot. But when it's not good here, I don't mind so much when we're talking, because then it's just a little bit.
Well, and I'm looking at what's going on with you. All that stuff's out in the Gulf right now.
Yeah,
and a pretty significant distance from you. So at least today should be nice anyway.
Today's nice, and then getting into tomorrow and Wednesday, we got a lot of rain on and off. But it's Florida. It rains for 5 minutes, then it doesn't rain, and then it does, and then it doesn't. That's just how it is.
I think every time I've been at Disney, we had like a 20-minute break because it poured down the rain, and then it stopped, and then you watch the steam rise up off the pavement at Disney, and you go back to what you're doing.
Just nice and humid.
Oh, yeah.
Nice and humid.
Yeah, especially when you're packed in. That's really fun.
I will say over the weekend here, the humidity was very low. It was downright California-ish, if you will, and it was beautiful. And I thought, man, it'd be great if it was like this all the time, but not down here.
Right.
You don't want to be too nice.
No, that gets old.
Yeah, it does.
Look at the people, how much they hate being in San Diego.
It does. Hey, Tom, we've been having you on here 2 months now, maybe the snapback segment's been going on, and essentially, you're our music guy, but Riley's coined you the Renaissance man. You've got a billion irons and a couple fires out there. So we've talked everything from I think everybody's taking a turn on the couch for a little bit to look at the mind, get analyzed here and there. We talked about pools. We talked about a lot of things. I haven't really talked about music so much. I thought maybe we'd break the trend here, and because we did have a music question for you earlier today.
All right, let's do it.
And soundmatters.tv, you can find all of Tom's stuff out there. And
Tom has forgotten more about music than most of us will ever know.
Oh,
well, thanks, guys. That's really nice, Riley. Appreciate that. I hope that's true. I hope I can live up to it here with whatever we're going to talk about. But I know a few things, and I've always been passionate about it since I was a little kid. I don't know why.
Absolutely, it definitely shows. But the theme this week is we got the heat wave coming through here, so I'm doing hot and summer and songs like that. So I did the Heat is on this morning by Glenn Frey. Kind of an interesting story. One of the things he was talking about was the Eagles had just broken up, didn't really have much to do, looking for the next gig. I was just thinking about was Glenn Frey a driving factor in the Eagles splitting up, or was he maybe a bystander? Because I thought about these guys, a monumental success, and then they're standing around the '80s with no band. It would stink if you didn't really have a hand in breaking it up. But was Glenn Frey guilty in the breakup here, Tom?
He was certainly, Glenn Frey was, I think he was known in the band as, he was the number one guy in the Eagles. Him and Don Henley, of course. But Glenn founded the band. It was Glenn's initial idea. It was his thing. He was the guy. He was, I think, a number one. And so to say he didn't have a hand in their reasons for breaking up would be not true. He certainly did. By that point, what was it, 1980? They were all so sick of each other and all of this kind of stuff that happens time and again. We've all heard the stories. And they just needed to go their separate ways. But he was known to, to rule that thing pretty strongly. And he had issues with some of the other guys in the band, not so much Don Henley, but previous guitarist Don Felder and others. So I think there was
there was some serious dislike that went on between those two, right?
Yes,
Felder.
A lot.
Yep.
Don Felder and him butted heads, almost getting into fist fights on stage. I think we've talked about this, or you guys have, or we have one of some combination of us on the show before. But those guys had some real problems. Almost getting into a fist fight on stage in one of their last concerts ever. I think it was in 1980. So pretty storied history there for sure.
Was it personality conflicts? Was it creative conflicts? They just didn't like the way the other guy smelled. I mean, what was it?
Yes, all of the above.
Yeah. Okay.
Listen. Never been in a band in that level, obviously, but even in smaller bands that are at smaller levels, like bands I've been in, those you said it funny, Joe, but that's true. The slightest little thing, the other guys, it drives you nuts. You want to the way they chew their food, the way they sneeze.
All right, bad marriage is what you're talking about here.
I think we've all been there before, where if somebody annoys, like if you figured out you didn't like somebody for some reason, then every single thing they do annoys you.
That's pretty much it. And I think that's how it gets in bands. I think that's what happened with these guys. Of course, throw in, millions of dollars and all kinds of employees and corporate things, because these bands become those things, of course. Now it's a whole nother level. And I think at some point they just say, you know what, it's not worth it to carry on despite all the money. We need to take a break. And
yeah,
so
how rich do I need to be to put up with this?
Exactly. That's right. And a lot of bands and artists, they're rich enough apparently because they never go back. Now we know the Eagles did later, 14 years later, but a lot of bands don't. They don't go back, or they figure it out later, 20 years later, and the payday's too great to ignore to reunite. So they suffer for a while with the old bandmates. But
the Police, for instance. Yeah, Police, for instance. And then the Eagles, when they broke up and they reunited in '94, they had the Hell Freezes Over album, followed by the Hell Freezes Over tour,
right?
Which a lot of people, when the Eagles broke up, when you get back together, when Hell Freezes Over, Glenn Frey, quote, when the Eagles broke up, people used to ask me and Don, when are the Eagles getting back together? We used to answer, when Hell Freezes Over. We thought it was a pretty good joke. People have a misconception that we were fighting a lot. It's not true. We had a lot of fun. We had a lot more fun, I think, than people realize.
Yeah.
For the record, by the way, we never broke up. We just took a 14-year vacation.
Okay.
14 years.
Yeah, he's downplaying. At least, we'll never get together. We hate one another. No, we had a lot more fun than we had bad times.
Sometimes going away in music and in rock and roll or any genre is the best thing that a band can do. That old supply-demand thing.
Yep.
They're out of sight, maybe not out of mind. The songs are still on the radio. If you're lucky enough to be a band like that, certainly the Eagles were. They never have not been on the radio in my lifetime. And you take a 14-year break, you come back, business is bigger than ever. And look, they're still doing it. And, of course, we don't even have Glenn with us anymore. So
right.
Goes to show you the power of the songs at the end of the day.
Yeah, how can I miss you if you won't go away? Well, they went away and people missed them.
And how long did the reunion last? Were they going
Through 2015.
Through 2015?
Off and on.
Okay.
Yeah, the last time they played together was 2015.
Okay.
Yeah, because Glenn passed away, I think, in 2016.
2016. Yep. Yeah.
And then his son, Deacon, which I always love these stories, his son, Glenn Fry's son, Deacon Fry, replaced him in the band for a while. I don't believe Deacon's still there anymore.
Nope, left last year in favor of a solo career.
Yeah, but what a cool thing. His son takes the place and playing the parts and singing the parts that his dad did. That stuff to me always, I think that warms a lot of people's hearts when you see that happening and you get a kid that's that talented, it can pull it off. It's a great thing. But yeah, he's doing some other things now. And we have the same thing in Rockford with Robin Zander's son, Robin Taylor Zander, I think is his name. He plays in Cheap Trick and has a solo album that just came out. So I'm shouting him out right here. I listened to it, not to take a left turn here, but very talented guy, very great record. I highly recommend it. Robin Zander's son, who plays guitar and stuff in Cheap Trick as well when they tour. So pretty neat.
That's cool. Yeah.
Very cool.
I'm at the Eagles band page right now and on the tour page. No upcoming events. Check back soon. Are they done?
And then there's a memoriam for Glenn Fry on there too.
Yeah, are they? You think are they done touring? Are they done being together, Tom?
I don't think so. No, I just think they're just off the cycle right now. They've been touring. The last few years they've been touring, and they've been, like always, one of the highest grossing touring acts out there, and I think they're just maybe off the cycle right now. I don't know for sure, but I think there's going to be an opportunity to see the Eagles again. Just depends on when they tour next.
And for those who don't recall, Glenn Fry, no longer with us, suffered from rheumatoid arthritis, which affected his joints. The medication that he was prescribed to control it eventually led to colitis and pneumonia. November 2015, Eagles announced they were postponing their appearance at the Kennedy Center Honors because Fry required surgery for intestinal problems and needed a lengthy recovery period because of complications from pneumonia, though. He never got the surgery and was placed in a medically induced coma at Columbia University Irving Medical Center. He died there January 18, 2016, at the age of 67 from complications of rheumatoid arthritis, acute ulcerative colitis, and pneumonia.
Wow.
Yeah, that's quite a combination.
It really is. His widow filed suit against Mount Sinai Hospital and gastroenterologist Stephen Itzkowitz for wrongful death of Glenn Fry. I don't know how that resolved itself.
I don't either. I just heard that, the rheumatoid arthritis medications, something could be, they were trying to blame part of it on that.
Yep. Apparently that medication really limited his ability to fight off pneumonia.
Yeah. That's tough stuff. You figure a guy like him is just going to keep going.
Well, and you remember the physical shape that he was in too, Tom. In the middle 80s and all that, he became a workout fanatic. Mm-hmm. And I saw several magazine shots and different things of Glenn standing there shirtless with like washboard abs and ripped.
Interesting. Yeah,
and
I don't
claimed that was something that did make him feel better.
Yeah, but then dying this way. You know, another guy who's takes really great care of himself, a classic rocker, older guy, one of the guitar players in Def Leppard, Phil Collin is his name. If you ever seen that guy lately with no shirt on, I mean, I think he's in his 60s. He looks real good. He's doing a lot of things right. I got to photograph them and everything, but I didn't know that about Glenn being so physically fit at that point. But that's pretty interesting. Very cool.
Yeah, he definitely got into the whole workout phenomenon, and there was I even think it might have been Bally's or somebody else like that hired him as a spokesperson.
Okay, yeah. Well, see, there's a guy there too. Another guy he does all this stuff. He was an actor. All the things he did that way. 24 singles on the top 40 Billboard chart throughout his career.
Wow.
24. You just need one to make a name for yourself. Here's a guy who's an overachiever by anyone's definitions with 24 along with his partner, Don Henley. A pretty amazing still to this day. I can't believe what they've done.
Either of you ever see Eagles or any of these people live?
Nope, I never did.
You know, I've never seen the Eagles live. No, Joe. I had to think about that for a second. Have I ever seen them? I've never seen them in concert. I never did. Nope.
Something you regret?
I do. I wish I could have seen them before Glenn passed and the original formation, but what are you going to do? Just it didn't work out. And back when they were in the heyday in the 70s, I was too young to go then. It wouldn't have worked out. But by the 80s, though, when I was old enough, that's when they were broke up. See?
Yeah, when I could finally afford a ticket.
Were Eagles concerts a good time?
Were they? I think so.
Oh, okay.
I heard.
I don't know if they were known for anything or.
I think the Eagles were. They kept a lot of that on the DL, but they were they were notorious for their partying and having a good time, especially back in the day. Absolutely.
I'm looking at a piece from healthfitnessrevolution.com. Best, let's see, how do they title this? Top 10 fittest rock stars.
Oh,
that's a good one.
okay.
They got Adam Levine.
All right.
Okay.
Let's see, room backstage dedicated to yoga, used to do traditional weightlifting, disliked the broadening neck and injuries that came with heavy weightlifting, lower back pain, hamstrings, decided to give yoga a try 7 years ago, hasn't lifted a weight or entered a gym since. Feels that yoga takes what you have, molds and sculpts it, which is a much more natural way to look and feel. Also raves about how yoga aids his mental well-being.
And this is Adam, you're saying, Riley? Adam Levine?
From Maroon 5.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
44 years old. Yeah, so he's the guy. He takes a lot of heat for that. Do you guys remember the Super Bowl? Was it the Super Bowl he performed at
Yeah, that's
Maroon?
right.
And he was out there shirtless with his tattoos, and then that was in the news cycle for like a week. People were loving it and hating it simultaneously.
Yep.
Right?
It was quite the look.
Because he looked like the desk in school suspension.
Yes, he did. There were a lot of tattoos.
Pretty much.
You look like the dead. That's a great.
Anthony Kiedis, Red Hot Chili Peppers frontman.
Yep.
Super buff, healthy living, loves defying the idea of how society conventionally sees you at 40, 50, and 60. He's into nutrition. He's also into yoga as well and does weightlifting.
Yeah. The guy's always been in shape.
Surfs,
always.
swims, long jogs with his dog, drinking lots of water, acupuncture, dinner before 6, mostly vegan diet. And he said this of the way he used to be. I spent most of my life looking for the quick fix and the deep kick. I shot drugs under freeway off-ramps with Mexican gangbangers and in $1,000-a-day hotel suites. Now I sip vitamin-infused water and seek out wild as opposed to farm-raised salmon.
It's a different life.
It's amazing the changes when you get older.
Yes, it is.
He's got a book out. His biography is called Scar Tissue. If you're interested in him, and it's a fascinating read. And all the things you just listed there, Riley, about his life previous to his healthiness now. Unbelievable. The guy's even upright and still walking.
Right. One of those guys when we do the birthday list, we often point out, in spite of their best efforts, they're having another birthday.
One.
Yeah.
In spite of their best effort.
And
right.
Mick Jagger, he does ballet, he does Pilates, he does yoga. Told the Daily Mail, with help of a personal trainer, he trains up to 6 days a week. That includes running, sometimes up to 8 miles a day, swimming, kickboxing, and cycling. Quote, I train 5 or 6 days a week, but I don't go crazy. I alternate between gym work and dancing. Then I do sprints, things like that. I'm training for stamina. While on tour, warms up on a treadmill, cuts back on the intensity of his training because of the energy he blows out on stage at a typical show. He covers, by his Fitbit's admission, 12 miles.
During a show?
During a show.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
For the past decade, he's been a devotee of organic produce, particularly fond of avocados because of what he calls their regenerative qualities.
All right.
And Mick will be 80 years old in July.
Yep.
Coming up.
Yep.
Man.
And probably can wear the same size of everything that he wore in the 60s.
Definitely. That guy doesn't age. I mean, it's amazing. And I've seen some videos of him when he's doing some working out, off stage, and whatever in the past. And he goes like harder than guys half his age. It's unbelievable.
And he's still jumping around stage singing?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Your mother-in-law just turned 88.
Yes, she did.
All right.
Yes, she did. She's not touring.
No, she's not. I was just going to say.
She's not on tour with the
Before
Stones.
you guys hit me up for tickets, I'm just letting you know she's not touring this summer.
Just imagine Sandy jumping around singing like Mick Jagger. Mm-hmm.
I don't really need to imagine it. I've seen it, but it's
seen it.
It's not something that's going to draw a crowd, I wouldn't think. Well, maybe of healthcare workers, but other than that,
oh my God.
boy,
80.
you've given me an image I won't be able to shake. Thanks.
Sorry about that. What kind of pants
July
is she wearing?
26th. There you go. Oh my God.
She's wearing those 80s the hammer pants from
I
the
know
80s.
she was.
Yep.
Yeah, she still got them.
Hammer time.
Hammer pants.
Yeah, wearing the hammer pants.
Okay.
So
Can't touch this, Riley.
I love these guys into all of these things. As I had mentioned at one point, my dad was a Tai Chi guy.
Yeah, you have mentioned that. Yeah.
And,
Really?
and got into it in his 20s. My dad was still doing it. My dad died at 85. At 82, I think, is when he finally he couldn't really quite do it like he used to, but did it all the way through his 80s. I can remember being in school and getting up, and 5 a.m. he was out on the patio, lights out. He didn't do it to put on a show for anybody, but I'm like, what are you, is that ballet? What are you doing? That my mistake was saying, is that ballet?
Oh, no. Yeah.
Oh, no. And then he explained Tai Chi and what it is and said, you should think about doing it. You know,
Rowley, do you know, did he have a specific reason why he chose that particular martial art versus other ones? Or
he'd been involved in others as well.
Okay.
And found that one for its lack of pounding on your joints.
Yeah. Lower impact.
Lower impact, and he also really up and down praised its mental effects.
Okay.
Of centering, focusing, being at one, getting yourself calm, all of those things. Yeah, he raved about it, and seriously, 7 days a week, 5 a.m. he was out there doing it.
That's great.
It sounds like the one habit that I used to do that I really should pick back up, yoga. It was like 10 minutes. I just searched YouTube, beginner 10-minute stretching yoga. I used to do it every morning before I used to come in. I think I stopped, I think it was right around the face pool table incident where I couldn't get up. I just kind of got out of it and never got back into it. But I probably did it for like 6 or 7 months. I felt great.
See, and I did it wrong because I was full all the time afterwards. I realized I'd Googled yogurt.
No, it's different.
And,
it's different.
You know, I was just pounding all this yo play, and I wasn't feeling better about things. And then I realized it was my own typo.
You won't feel good about it.
But
well, you needed to have the fat-free yogurt, right?
That's the problem.
Could have been it.
Yeah, yoga. That's one of those things. Again, I'm thinking about it like I have for like the last 3 decades. I'm thinking about it. Spencer kind of got into it a while back. Wanted or bought himself. I can't remember if we bought it for him. He bought himself a yoga mat. The cat loves it.
It really curls up on
and uses it about 1,000% more than Spencer does.
See?
Well, all right. Well,
that's how it works. Joe, you got to get back into it. It sounds like it was something that was good for you that you liked. You need to do it again.
It was great. I felt great, limber, and just felt good. And it was a nice little like mental thing to do.
I think we should do some video.
Shutting my mind off.
The video?
We should do some video of you. Drunken taco yoga.
Drunken taco yoga.
Yeah,
take it on the road.
Yeah.
It's a hit.
You get good and hammered. You do some yoga. You do break some yoga moves. Eat a couple of tacos. Get back to it.
That's actually.
I would tune in.
$1 million video or $1 million hit video.
I would be happy to direct this video and shoot the footage. All you have to do is work the yoga magic.
Joe's the face of it. And that's what would sell it.
Oh, that would sell it right there.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I like it.
Yeah, I mean, I've interviewed Richard Simmons 3 or 4 times. I can give you some of his tips off the air, and we'll just you could be like the new Richard Simmons.
I can't pull off those pants.
The shorts.
We're not doing phrasing at all anymore. Are we? We're just not doing phrasing at all.
No, we're not.
I have so many lines for that, and I can't use a single one of them.
I know you can't.
We've covered quite a lot here, I think.
Yeah, it's probably time to let Tom go and try to get his body temperature back to normal.
But Mick Jagger, almost 80, and Adam Levine and Anthony Kiedis and all these guys, this is the deal. And now soon we're going to look for Joe's taco yoga videos. That's
drunken taco yoga videos.
That's how you get the hits.
Yeah.
Just put it in I don't even have to be drunk. Just put it in the title. People will click. That's right. And
you don't have to be, but it would be wrong if you weren't.
When people just watch me do it, like, I hope that guy's drunk.
Everybody watching will be.
That's not how you do it.
Is he drunk?
I don't think he is.
Well, then he's doing it wrong.
He's just uncoordinated.
Is he drunk? Yeah. Okay, well, that's the way to do it. I like it.
Falls down a lot. Yeah.
Is his arm supposed to go that way?
Yeah. It looks like Peter Griffin after going down the stairs in Family Guy. One of those kind of falls.
Yeah. I didn't know I was going to take slings and arrows for my yoga right here. But.
Your turn on the couch, Joe. See, everybody's got a turn here.
Yeah.
No, I'll get back into it. I'll send you guys some videos.
I'd like to see those.
There's no need to threaten us.
Okay. You got to look at some early.
We're all friends here. There's no need to take it to that.
Not at all.
You get nasty about it.
All right, Tom, before we let you run out of here, once again, for people who want to catch Sound Matters, and why wouldn't they? Because you'll learn, we talked about Glenn Fry. This is just the tip of the iceberg on the knowledge that Tom has during Sound Matters. How do they do it?
Soundmatters.tv. Joe mentioned it at the top of the segment. That's just the website where all of our podcast episodes are, guys. Thanks for plugging it every single week. I appreciate that. Or if you're out on Spotify or Apple or Amazon, wherever you get podcasts or music, wherever you stream, Sound Matters is there too. Just search it out, and there it is. Got 7 years worth of stuff. 300 plus episodes, a lot of great stuff, most of which aired right here originally on WROK, and new stuff coming all the time. So I appreciate it, guys, as always.
Thank you, dude.
Tom, we appreciate it very much. It's
Very much fun.
8:30 now at
Talk to
WROK. Let's get some news.
Over 95 years in the books and still on top. This is Rockford's News Talk 1440 WROK.
8:37 News Talk 1440 WROK. It's Riley and Joe Tuesday morning. It's, well, I was going to say all sun, but no, we got a couple of clouds floating. But they're light ones.
Those are the pretty ones.
Yeah, 70 degrees right now is where we sit. We have absolutely no wind going on. Humidity's decent at 43%, so 70's nice, but 90 is where we're going today. Chance of drawing any precipitation is at 0. 90 Wednesday, 90 Thursday, 92 Friday, 93 Saturday. Best chances of rain would be Wednesday and Thursday, both holding at 20%. Other than that, we don't get above 10% the entire week.
Not bad.
At night, 63 tonight, 63 tomorrow night, 65 Thursday night, 62 both Friday and Saturday night.
Okay, it's going to be warm but nice.
Yep. So, yeah, we definitely have some summertime weather hitting us this week.
Yes, we do.
You went out to the movies. You and Double T hit the new Burt Kreischer movie.
The Machine.
The Machine on
Friday afternoon.
Not exactly qualifying as a summer blockbuster.
No, I think
Not released on 4,000 screens and all that like most of them are.
Kind of a niche stand-up comedy film to start with. Yeah.
Reason I bring it up is Mental Floss has a piece out, the 48 biggest summer blockbusters of the past half century.
Okay.
And I think this is a wonderful open to it. It's hard to imagine now, but summer was once a slow season for movie theaters. Before Central Air, it was difficult to convince the public to take a break from outdoor activities to spend a day inside a stuffy, windowless room. Mm-hmm. And even as the venues improved, studios were hesitant to take risks on a big summer release. Well, that all changed in 1975. Hollywood realized big concepts, action, special effects could bring people in no matter what the season, especially summer. So they started writing big checks for what they were calling summer blockbusters, and year after year, the investment mostly paid off. Mm-hmm. So look at nearly 50 years. We'll go back to 1975. When did it all change? Theaters were kind of a desolate wasteland in the summer until 1975 when this film was released.
70 Star Wars?
Nope.
Jaws.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yes. Set a new standard when it premiered in June of 75. First movie released in more than 400 theaters. Became the first to exceed $100 million at the box office with a final domestic gross of $260 million.
Wow.
You know, if a movie gets that now, depending on the budget, that's a hit.
It's a good movie.
In 1975, crazy. Widely considered to be the first summer blockbuster is Jaws, and Hollywood has been striving to recreate that model every year after that. So, Jaws in 75, What was the blockbuster of 76?
Boy.
I'll give you a clue. Rockford Symphony Orchestra recently had a concert that featured some of the music that was in this film. And we poked fun at it for being kind of scary.
The Omen?
Correct.
The Omen was a summer blockbuster.
Yep. 3 years after The Exorcist, which, by the way, had a Christmas release. The Omen earned...
It's a Christmas movie.
Yeah, right. $60.9 million at the domestic box office. Summer is not your typical season for the big horror releases, but they couldn't pass up on this one because it was a 6/6/76 premiere date.
Ah, gotcha.
So, Jaws 1, Omen at 2 in 1976. What was the blockbuster of 77?
Now do we get to a Star Wars?
You do.
Okay.
Yep. Broke Jaws record pretty easily with a total domestic box office gross of $461 million.
Mm-hmm. New Hope is 77, right?
Correct.
Okay. Yep.
Although it was just Star Wars then, because they weren't really sure there was going to be another one.
Well, good idea.
Yeah. Okay, 77, now 78. What was the summer blockbuster?
We have an Indiana Jones yet?
We do not.
No.
Think singing.
Singing. Grease?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Grease.
Okay.
Yep. Lacked special effects, action sequences, and all
special
that.
effects. The car flies away at the end.
The car does fly away at the end. $190 million domestically.
Total?
Total. Domestic.
Wow.
That's domestic.
Yeah,
but that's what it grossed that year.
Oh, yeah.
In 1979, the year you came along.
Yeah. E.T.? No, that's maybe the year after.
It's not E.T.
Not E.T. Like any hints on this one?
Horror.
Oh, another horror movie.
Think of a house.
Think
Think of a house on Long Island.
Yeah, it's the Amityville Horror.
Correct.
Yes.
Amityville Horror. Greater success at the domestic box office that summer with $86.4 million in ticket sales.
Haven't seen it. Too scary.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's
not
all right.
not too scary.
No, I don't. Compared to some of the stuff that you'll see now, no, not even close.
All right.
Not even close. At number 6, it doesn't matter what number it is. 1980 we go to.
Now we had E.T.?
Nope.
No, maybe I'm too early on E.T.
You are
here.
too early.
Yeah, I am. Okay. I don't know this one.
Empire Strikes Back.
Another Star Wars,
Yep.
of course.
Exceeded the high water mark set by the first Star Wars domestic gross, $290.5 million. If there was any debate that a movie could be an event of the summer, Empire settled it.
Can I submit my guess for 83 as Return of the Jedi?
You would be correct.
Okay, all right.
Yes,
All right,
that is correct.
Okay.
$309.3 million. So, that's we jumped to 83. All right, 81.
No, I'm going to need a hint on this one, too.
Hat a Whip.
Indiana. I tried to do this one earlier. Yeah, Indiana Jones.
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Raiders. Yep.
Steven Spielberg, George Lucas teamed up to recreate their success. Raiders of the Lost Ark took classic tropes from 30s adventure serials and reimagined them with a supersized budget, $248.2 million at the domestic box office, and launched the entire franchise.
So it's interesting. I kind of wondered how the Indiana Jones started. If it was, but it was billed as it was built to be the blockbuster.
It was.
Right?
It absolutely was.
Immediate positive reception.
Immediate. Yep.
Okay.
I saw it a day or two after its premiere. Saw it at Mann's Chinese Theater in Hollywood.
Oh wow!
Yeah, we were out there on summer vacation, and it had just come out. And my dad and I went over to Mann's and saw it there. Looked at the handprints in the cement, and went in and saw Raiders of the Lost Ark.
That's a good day right there.
Oh man, it was one of the coolest things I'd ever seen. Too.
Yeah.
Now we go to 1982. You've guessed it multiple times. Say it one more time.
E.T.
You're right.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
All right.
$435.1 million domestically.
Wow.
Got him Best Director and Best Picture Oscar nominations for Steven Spielberg as well.
Yeah, Spielberg is he's a known entity at this point, right?
Oh, big time.
Okay.
Yep. Jaws put him on the map, and he has stayed there. 83, as we mentioned, Return of the Jedi. 84.
Ooh, 84. Ghostbusters?
Correct. I was going to say comedy would be your clue. Yeah. Comedy would be your clue. Yep. Domestic box office gross, $242.2 million.
I love Ghostbusters, mostly because it scared my sister. So really like putting on. She was terrified of the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man and the whole Zool thing. She did not like.
I could see the Zool thing getting to a kid. The Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Okay.
She was just scared of it. I enjoyed it.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So you didn't give a crap about the movie, just the fact that it scared your sister.
Yeah. It was
nice.
Yeah, it was nice along the way.
85.
After Ghostbusters, I don't know.
I'll give you one word clue.
Yeah.
Skateboard.
Skateboard. Oh, Back to the Future.
Correct.
Back to the Future.
Back to the Future.
85 is
1985.
Back to the Future.
Yep. $210.6 million in American ticket sales.
Okay.
86. I'll give you a hint. Its sequel just came out last year.
Its sequel came out last year. Is it another horror?
Nope.
No. Oh, Top Gun.
Boom.
Top Gun.
There you go.
Yes.
Final domestic gross for 86, $179.8 million.
Also one of our first VHS tapes.
Okay.
Played
for many people,
Played
too.
a lot
Yep.
in the house.
87. It's a sequel. We played something from this movie during our musical segment this morning.
Oh, is it a Beverly Hills Cop 2?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. Eddie Murphy, Beverly Hills Cop 2, 153.7 at the domestic box office.
Okay. Eddie Murphy getting the summer releases there, too.
He was.
Good for him.
1988, mix of live action and animation.
Roger Rabbit.
Boom.
Oh,
156.5 million domestically.
I loved Roger Rabbit.
I did too.
I loved that.
I
movie
did too.
growing up.
Absolutely. 1989.
By the way, going back to Roger Rabbit too, I think a movie I need to watch again because I think I watched it. I watched it a lot when I was a kid, and I watched it again like maybe in high school. And I was noticing a lot of jokes.
A lot of adult references in there that went right over kids' heads.
But I didn't get it. I'm assuming the high school version of Joe Drudge didn't understand a lot of the jokes, too. So I think I need to go back and watch
25-year-old me got them and really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it. All right, 89.
89.
One of the stars of the movie said to the other star of the movie, "Come on, kid, let's go let the suits do the acting for us."
Let's go let the suits do the acting for us. I don't Field of Dreams is one I was thinking of.
Michael Keaton was one of those stars.
Oh, Batman.
Correct.
Just straight Batman, right?
Straight Batman. Yep. Mm-hmm. Jack Nicholson said to Michael Keaton while they were all, he was garbed up as the Joker.
Right.
And Michael Keaton's into the whole suit. "Come on, kid, let's go let the suits do the acting for us."
They're good.
Yep. 251.3 million in American ticket sales.
Where does Keaton land on your list of favorite Batman?
Right up there at the top.
I think he's number one for me.
Real close. 1990. We're molding clay together.
Ghost.
Boom. There you go.
Come on, baby.
217.6 million domestically.
You see that one in the theater?
Yes, Amy and I saw that in the theater, one of our first dates.
I was going to say, that had to have been primo date movie.
Oh, my God.
I mean, that's number one.
That woman soaked my entire sleeve. My collar, my sleeve was soaked. Her eyes were red. Her nose was red. It was one of those like we'd had a bad fight, only we hadn't.
Did you guys know the gist of the movie going into it?
Nope.
Oh, geez.
Had no idea what was going to happen.
Okay. Mm-hmm. That's a good time.
And one more, 1991.
Yeah.
It's a sequel.
Another sequel.
Guy said he would be back, and he's back.
Terminator 2 Judgment Day.
That is it. $205.9 million at the box office in 1991.
Pretty good.
Some of the others as we move forward: Batman Returns in 92, Jurassic Park in 93, Lion King in 94, Batman Forever in 95, Independence Day in 96.
That's when Will Smith got to become Mr. Summer.
That kind of launched his summertime streak. Mm-hmm. 306.2 million at the box office. Men in Black in 97, Saving Private Ryan in 98. Phantom Menace in 99, Mission Impossible in 2000, Shrek in 2001, Spider-Man 2002, Finding Nemo in 2003, Shrek 2 2004, Revenge of the Sith 2005, Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest in 2006, Spider-Man 3 2007, The Dark Knight in 2008, Transformers Revenge of the Fallen 2009, Toy Story 3 in 2010, Harry Potter, The Deathly Hallows Part 2, 2011, The Avengers in 2012, Iron Man 2013, Guardians of the Galaxy 2014, Jurassic World 2015, Finding Dory 2016, Wonder Woman 2017, The Incredibles 2 in 2018, Lion King 2019, The New Mutants in 2020, Black Widow in 2021, and last year, Top Gun Maverick.
The New Mutants.
Yep.
How did that one do?
It doesn't really say. Domestic earnings of $23.8 million.
Okay.
Top earning title released in the summer months. It was pandemic closures. And,
yeah.
So that didn't go anywhere.
Right.
Yeah, then Top Gun Maverick, $718.7 million domestic box office haul.
That's a blockbuster.
That's a blockbuster. So there you go. For those who played along and got them all right, well
Good
done.
job.
Well done. 850 News Talk 1440 WROK.
Zaxby's has been perfecting chicken fingers for 30 years. So what now? Now, we go to the sea! Introducing the Southern Fried Shrimp Meal. With butterflied shrimp that's perfectly golden fried. A perfect blend of cocktail sauce and Zax sauce that we call Zax Tail Sauce. Plus perfectly seasoned crinkle fries, perfectly buttery Texas toast, and even a drink with perfectly pebbled ice. Here's to 30 more years of perfect. The new Southern Fried Shrimp Meal at Zaxby's. Woo, saucy! Zaxby's.